you today our innovative discovery on green technology for fuel cell production. Passing on to you, Dr. Hidayah.
Okay, sure. So, as our moderator said just now, so I am Dr. Hidayah from University Putra Malaysia. So today, I will briefly explain to you guys. So, what is fuel cell technology? Okay, so what is fuel cell? Okay, fuel cell is actually a process which is convert the chemical potential energy to electrical energy. So it use PEM cell. So what is PEM? PEM is stand for proton exchange membrane. So it use hydrogen gas from electrolysis process, which is this, and oxygen gas from the atmosphere to produce water, electricity, and heat. Okay, and then since I'm only the innovator, so this is the discovered man, the power man for this fuel cell technology. So this is Sir William Robert Grove, which is a scientist. He mixed the hydrogen and oxygen in the presence of the electrolyte to produce electricity and heat. So he is we can tell him as an inventor also, because innovator, I mean, because the technology that we use now is actually the mainly idea is from him. So that's all from me.
So let's have a look at how the illustration works for fuel cell now. These are your raw material coming in to the system, and this is what we want to achieve. So we would want to direct the electrical circuit going on to the external part of the fuel cell. So it runs on the concept of electrolysis, and this is the key player in how efficient your fuel cell will be running. Most of the time, you would have to use a reformer to get a pure hydrogen, which is why it is not really practical to be running it in real life scale. The electrolyte chosen has to specifically allow only certain molecule to pass through, otherwise you will get like some kind of contamination happening in the fuel cell. And yep, once it's done in a closed loop circle, you would get a water production as your clean byproduct waste.
So today I will talk about the application of fuel cells. So as you can see, the fuel cells is used as a portable device. So it's mainly used in military devices, like, or even MP3s, iPods. You can like recharge your device anywhere you can. So it's portable. So the next one is you use it as a stationary fuel cell. As you can see, we use fuel cells as a stationary, and usually used in Japan or in Korea. They use it to not pollute the world. So they use fuel cells to basically have hot water, or even power up your fridge, or even washing machine, TV, and so on. So the next one is we use hydrogen fuel cells to produce fuel in real life. It's applicable, but to achieve a more effective or even a cheaper price is still in researching. So fuel cells as hydrogen fuel cells as fuels for transport is quite expensive, but it's still there. So the last one is we use fuel cells as public transportation. Usually in European countries, they use this hydrogen tank goes in, this is the fuel cell, and water vapor comes out, and the fuel cell produces electricity, which goes to the battery, which uses normally buses as fuel cells.
Okay, so continue with the advantage and disadvantage of fuel cell. So firstly, fuel cell is very high efficiency because most fuel cells are 60 to 80% energy efficient. However, the efficiency of fuel cell can increase up to 85% when this fuel cell is used in a cogeneration system. Okay, so secondly, it is very clean because fuel cell works with little to no emission, because the only byproduct of a fuel cell is electricity, heat and water. Okay, so moving to the disadvantage of fuel cells. Okay, so the fuel cell has failed to gain much popularity, and some have reasons to believe that they might not become economically competitive with other clean technologies. And then fossil fuel is still needed to separate hydrogen and oxygen atoms. So critics argue that fossil fuel is still needed to separate hydrogen and oxygen atoms. And the fuel cell technology will be viable if there was no fossil fuel. So that is all for disadvantage and advantage of fuel cells. Thank you.